was a very awesome and profound experience. It was very
And
cool. I just remember you had everyone stand up, and we were doing this breathing sequence, and where it was like a bunch of really fast breaths. I think that was the one that you were having us do. And while I was going, I was literally seeing the room stay normal and then get brighter, normal and get brighter, and I was feeling myself literally shift between planes of existence, like going astral and going physical, when you were taking us through that breathing exercise. It was really, really cool. I was literally feeling myself like plane shift. So I knew that my consciousness was going astral and coming back to the physical plane while it was going on. So it was like really like being in both worlds.
how does it transfer to your everyday life, like for you?
You know, I'm such a believer and practitioner of magic. I see magic in everything. So it just kind of confirms and enhances what I feel on a day-to-day basis. You know, it's one of those little nods from the universe that I'm doing what's right for me in walking my path. So it was very affirming. And like I said, when you were talking about Abraham and all of them, and almost as like archetypes and energy signatures, that really resonated with me, like what they actually embodied, and like not just as people, but as like a consciousness and an energy. It was very eye-opening, and it really expanded my consciousness even in that regard, along that philosophy and religion and spiritual practice. It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was validating to hear them talked of in that aspect, in more of a mystical, metaphysical sense than literal.
How was the experience with the breakdown of your name as we were looking through what was one thing that stood out for you?
It was interesting because I found it. What was really interesting for me was the correlation and connection that was brought up with nature. And I found that very interesting, since I tend to follow a spiritual path where that is how I experience the divine, is through nature. And, you know, in the wind, in the trees, in the sun, in the moon, in the cycles. So it was very interesting having my name broken down like that, and seeing, okay, it really makes sense why my soul would pick this time, this place, this name in this life, with this background in spiritual practice that I'm undergoing. So that was cool too. Even when you were doing like the meditation with everybody, and I was sitting behind the desk, and I still had my eyes open because I had to wait for like customers, I could feel Archangel Gabriel behind me, and I always feel Gabriel as like in the feminine. I felt her wings wrapped around me, and I literally had the goddess Fortuna above my head, and I saw her holding a cornucopia, and the gold energy that was filling us was falling down in the form of coins, and they were literally showering down into my gold energy and everything like that. And like I had my hands like this, and I was feeling a circle of gold energy building up, and at one point I almost separated my hands, but I was like, no, let me have this. And I kept the circuit going, and then when you brought everybody back, I just took my hands and put them over my heart center and breathed that gold energy in, so that later on when we were doing the ring meditation, or no, it was the meditation with the debit cards, I literally was feeling that energy connecting to my debit card and radiating out in a circle while it was going on. It was a very awesome and profound experience. It was very cool.
Can you tell me a little